Welcome to another edition of the Katzzbros podcast. I am George Katz.
And I am Andy Katz.
And as I said on the last episode, I'm anxious and eager to do this one. But yet again, when I saw the card for UFC 251, on paper, stacked. Who disappointed me though?
The Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Marty.
No, it's not goddamn Kamaru. He's going back to Marty after that shit show of a performance of Mr. Stompin', doing a time and go.
Who disappointed you, my guy?
Marty.
I just said Marty disappointed you.
Yeah.
Not just that. We'll talk about that. The judging.
There's a lot of things that was a shit show in Abu Dhabi and Yas Island.
But before we get into the UFC 251 card, I just want to remind our fans out there to subscribe to the Katzzbros podcast on YouTube and all our social media at Katzzbros podcast.
Yes. Oh, and they can take us on the road with Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio.
God, you were on some different level today. I like it.
Yeah,
all right.
You know how it be.
Oh, I know.
But before we get into it, there is some news from EA Sports.
It's in the game.
UFC 4. The two cover athletes. Not one. Two.
Number 1, Jorge. Game bread. Masvidal. Woo! Flying knee. Number 2,
Israel. Stylebender. Adesanya.
big facts. I mean, this was kind of a no-brainer.
For Jorge, I was not surprised with Israel. I didn't think they were going to do two.
Right, but since he did, like I said, Jorge and Israel, well-deserved. They basically carried this past year, so big shout-out to them. You want to talk a little bit of kind of the gameplay?
So
kind of what we could
you
expect?
My career, obviously create your fighter, but I'm interested to see if you're going to play as Jorge or Israel as your journey to the UFC, because they both had interesting ones. You know, Gamebred was a street fighter.
Back in the day with Kimbo Slice, too.
Yeah, he was in the street fights in the cage, and Israel did some Muay Thai good combat, like in dojos and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see if you're going to play as them, playing their lives, or if you're going to do it with your creative player. You know what I'm saying, dog? You feel me?
And if you pre-order,
who
do you get?
You get two fighters.
Not one, but two. Who's number 1, my guy?
But they're not UFC ones. They're not legends. And I thought it was GSP.
So did
when I first saw it. But then
we're doing a crossover thanks to who?
Mystic Mac, Money Mac, Conor McGregor. The notorious one. But because of this,
who are the two fighters you could get?
Anthony Joshua
and
the Gypsy King himself, the hottest boxer in the planet right now,
and probably one of the greatest comeback stories.
Tyson Fury.
I think you have a future in announcing,
dude.
When Buffer retires,
when Daddy Bruce,
Daddy Bruce, what are you, Kardashian?
It's actually Daddy Caitlyn. Now,
oh, awkward. Anyway, so when Daddy Bruce retires,
Daddy Bruce, Buffer retires. I think I need to take the reins. Uncle Dana, give me that call.
You can do it.
I definitely think I could have. Nice pimped out suits, just like Daddy Bruce.
I love it.
Let's get into it now, though.
Your girl, fight number 1, women's flyweight division. Your timing was a little off on that one. Let me try again. Let's start with the first fight on the card, women's flyweight division. Your girl,
PVZ,
a.k.a. Paige Vanzant, versus Amanda Ribas.
The 101 record of Amanda Ribas after this fight, according to the UFC graphics.
Such a bad glitch. Dana was probably freaking out.
So we're already over when I start the night on the main card.
We drink every time there's a mistake?
I don't know. I might go on a bender at that rate.
It's okay, guys. It's only water. Yamas.
And PVZ, last fight of her contract.
Free agent.
You know, whatever she was doing with the Instagram, she could stick to that. I don't think she needs to fight. She's got a beautiful body, pretty face. She doesn't need the fight game.
Yeah, I mean, even kind of Dana White basically told her, like, please test free agency, and gave her kind of like his comment was like, Dana encourages PVZ to, test free agency after essentially getting demolished by Amanda Ribas. But like I said, we kind of talked about this off record. Paige Vanzant is kind of like the female Brendan Schaub. For those who don't remember back, it was like 5-6 years ago.
It was a while ago.
It was a la Hronya que Hronya.
Oh, where's the Nigerian nightmare?
Stomp a fest, baby.
Good
But,
to that man.
yeah.
Martin.
Yeah, he's not Kamaru. He's not Nigerian Nightmare. He's Martin. Read your kids a bedtime story and go to sleep.
Essentially.
But anyway, back to PVZ. Like I said, she's kind of like the female Brendan Schaub. What I mean by that is, if you remember when Schaub was on Rogan's podcast like years ago, and he was kind of like on the fence about retiring. He didn't really have his heart into fighting. And obviously Rogan, being in the game for a long time, he knows how dangerous it is when fighters aren't 100% committed, you know, because things could happen in there that could just change your whole, not just your career, but your whole trajectory of life. So this was kind of a controversial episode because everybody knows that they're boys, and, you know, it was just Rogan showing Schaub some tough love. And not
everybody needs that, though, from a good friend.
100%. And that's why, like...
Are you truly friends? If you don't give your friend tough love,
that's what I'm saying.
An honest opinion, and you sugarcoat everything and coddle them and baby them,
the whole world could do that for you. I need somebody to be real.
Exactly.
And that's what happened with this moment. Basically, Schaub, like I said, I think he was on a losing streak. He essentially had one foot out the door as far as fighting. Yeah. And Rogan told him, like, listen, if this is your mindset, you got to get out. And then I think Schaub was just trying to, you know, he was just trying to...
I feel like he was trying to hear that from someone else besides him to get out.
Right, but not even that. I think he was just trying to rationalize why he should stay, and Rogan was like, no, bro, like, if you continue, if this is your mindset, you're going to get hurt. And he basically, like, it came out as like a chewing, like, you know, Rogan just ripping him on, but it wasn't. And think about it. He took his advice. Sensitive. Right, but that's a story for another day. But like I said, Rogan kind of just gave him that tough brotherly love on the show. Unfortunately, that I feel like that was a discussion that could have been off camera, but obviously it got a lot of publicity because it was on, you know, Joe Rogan's podcast, aka the largest podcast in the world. So, but I think obviously Brendan took his advice, and look how successful he's been since then.
4 podcasts.
He's got The Fighter and the Kid he does. Yeah, with Callan. Below the Belt, his own HBO one. The King and the Sting with Theo Von. He does work for Showtime. Or sorry, the Below the Belt's with Showtime. He does his work with Showtime. He did the whole McGregor
World Tour.
The World Tour when McGregor boxed him.
He's got the Truck Diaries.
Yeah, the Food Truck Diaries vlog on YouTube.
He's living.
He's sitting pretty, you know. I mean, I know he's got corona now, so I hope him and Callan are resting well.
Yeah, miss him, but
that's what I'm saying. Like,
he went on a 24-mile bike ride after.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He's a beast. And don't get me wrong, he's still an athlete. He's a freak of nature. He made it to the tough finale. I forgot what year. I think it was 2009.
Wasn't Brock the coach?
I don't know if it was Brock, but I know he fought. I know Brendan fought Roy Nelson and lost, but at the end they both got contracts. He knocked out his hero. What's his name? Mirko Cro Cop. That was probably one of his highlights of his career.
He did.
He did knock him out, yeah.
Damn.
Oh, no, sorry. Was it Cro Cop? No. It was, oh my God. Not Cro Cop. I apologize.
I was just saying.
Wait, was it Cro Cop or was it Fedor?
Definitely want Fedor.
I think it was Cro Cop then. Never mind. It was Cro Cop. Yeah, it was Cro Cop. Because he told the story of how, like, even when he knocked him out that night, Cro Cop still made more money from his purse. And that's when he started realizing, like, maybe there's more to this. You know, I could do more with my life instead of just keep fighting. But that's why I said PVZ is kind of the female version. We know her rundown. She was on Dancing with the Stars. She's a beautiful woman. I think she's graced the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Probably not once, probably multiple times. I wouldn't be surprised. But man, who is the person taking the photos?
Yeah, on her Instagram? So obviously during quarantine.
Lucky guy.
Him and her and her husband Austin were posing with these very.
What's he doing in the UFC?
He's not even in the UFC, bro. I think he's in Bellator or somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, she's got a lot going for her other than fighting. She's also had a couple injury setbacks. Yeah. Her arm, I know I think she stated that she was going to get another surgery for it. But like I said, she's a free agent. And like I said, Amanda Ribas.
Dominant.
Submitted her in round 221 of round 1. Really nothing really. I think it just still.
As soon as they got to the ground, it was over.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this just kind of shows you how much more she still has to learn and how there's levels to this game, and Ribas definitely exposed that. But like I said, Paige Vanzant.
101, baby.
101.
That's her record.
PVZ doesn't really need this. Doesn't really need fighting. She's got many other avenues in life. Like I said, like
assets. Got a lot of things going for her.
She's a beautiful woman. Yes.
She'll be just fine.
Listen, I know she's a beautiful woman. So shout out to her. Shout out to Ribas for climbing up the women's flyweight division. Anything you want to add to this one?
I think you touched it on the nail of the head. I don't have much to say for the first 2 fights, except I really don't have much to say about the first two fights.
All right. Well, let's just speaking about the first two.
We'll get to Rose and Andrade in part 2 rematch. It was a good fight for a card like this. You want me to go?
I don't know.
I'll give you the backstory. So, when Thug Rose was champ,
at the women's strawweight division,
she lost to Jessica Andrade.
And how did she lose?
And Rose was dominant. She was winning that whole fight, but then Andrade picked her up and slammed her on her head, and she lost.
Basically, the way Ronda used to judo throw people, this was Andrade's move, just essentially a pile driver.
Andrade's 20-8, and Thug Rose is 10-4. Just look at those career aspects.
That's crazy. Again, another Brazilian. And then Andrade obviously took the belt off of Thug Rose. And we know Thug Rose won it off of Rose Namajunas, who was basically...
Thug Rose won it off Rose Namajunas?
Thug Rose won it off of
that's impressive.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk, who was basically the women's strawweight goat at the time.
Queen,
yes. And then, she was riding high. She loses it to Andrade. And it was interesting because after she lost, she was kind of being very sus in her post-conference fight interview.
About retiring.
Yeah, so we thought she was going to retire. Andrade didn't really hold the belt that long. She dropped it to the UFC China card to Zhang Wei Li, who's a beast, and she hits hard at strawweight too.
Yeah, she does.
So obviously that brings us to this fight. Again, Rose won by decision. Again, this is kind of my first problem with judges where I think it should have been a unanimous decision, but somehow it came down to a split. What are your thoughts on this one?
Before I get into that, we just got some breaking news. More money coming out of Kansas City. What? As they gave their D tackle, Chris Jones, a 4-year, $85 million contract, $60 million guaranteed. Kansas City's living that Super Bowl money, royalty merch checks. Like, I want to get back to the card now.
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
But that was just some breaking news.
I like it. Look at that. He's Adam Schefter, baby. Always working. Always on the clock.
What was it Rose Andrade? Yeah, I don't know how the hell it was a split decision. Rose won. Wasn't the first debacle with the judges.
This was another mistake.
Oh, God. We still have like 2 more.
So this is where it gets interesting. First 2 fights, okay. Little teaser, little warm-up. Now we get into...
the 3 title fights. Starting
correct.
with the bantamweight. Petr versus Jose Aldo.
All right, Buffer.
Daddy Buffer, baby. Daddy Bruce when I'm done. Buffer Daddy.
Buff Daddy. Shout out Buff Bagwell. WCW.
Buffer Daddy.
WCW.
Buff Daddy.
I forgot.
Okay.
All right.
Petr.
Should we start with Jan or should we start with Aldo?
We'll start with Aldo. How he got the bandwidth, because everybody knows the featherweight legend of Jose Aldo.
Yes.
10 years undefeated, longest reigning.
Representing the WEC, and obviously when UFC bought it, he became the UFC featherweight champion, the 145 title.
Untouchable. Until Manny Mendez.
You think you're untouchable?
Yes, Big Game Joe. But kind of untouchable until he fought Manny Mendez.
This was kind of like the start of like...
a downfall for Aldo.
Yeah, so...
because he went on 5-round the war with Manny Mendez that he won. Could have gone Manny Mendez's way, though.
Right. So that's kind of your first challenge. And then, obviously, Aldo retains, but who does he face after that? In December of 2015.
The notorious Conor McGregor. And my God, everybody respected Jose, never talked shit about him. But when it came to Conor and they did the world tour...
Yes. You want to talk about free real estate in a man's head?
I think you got free real estate in someone's head, though.
Hi, Coco Cabana. How are you?
I mean... he knows out there. He knows. I mean, he might not know. He might be a psychopath. But
oh, she's sweet but a psycho.
There's nothing sweet about that guy.
Hi, Coco Cabana. How are you?
Maybe the udders are sweet or something.
I'm gonna let that get.
Cow udders.
Speaking of cows, I passed by the farm today. On my way to picking up my laptop. Anyway, going back to Jose.
Holy shit. Jose!
Alagalataque Aldo.
It's better than Lemon Nike. Our viewers are going to be like, what the fuck are they talking about?
It's all right.
Our one viewer knows. Our one viewer knows who you own real estate out there.
Shout out to the mystery hacker.
Oh, he'll be out soon. The mystery hacker will be out soon. That's going to be a fire.
We're getting Mustafa Ali. Dude, too sweet, me homie. Alagalataque, come on.
Good. I'm fast.
Okay. right,
Are we at Petr Yan still?
No, we're still on Jose. He meets Conor, a.k.a. his demise.
Oh, yeah. Gets thrashed in 13 seconds.
Not even before that. The World Tour, Conor just destroyed him.
Search up Conor Jose Aldo World Tour press conference embedded.
You're welcome.
Thank us. That's prime mental warfare of Conor. Prime when he first started.
Talk about how to get free real estate in a man's head.
But you did it in other ways.
I didn't. Sorry, I need this podcast.
Yeah, what a genius that man is. Let me clarify something. You still have a job, and we're not getting paid. We're doing this out of free entertainment to give to our fans. Just to make that clear out there. Maybe one day.
Listen. Me and Meta me toca lo, but right now, I like where we're at. This is fun.
Exactly. So Jose gets thrashed.
Jose, we keep interrupting him.
Yeah,
so Jose gets thrashed.
He's used to it from Conor.
Oh, yikes. Who is your daddy?
That was hilarious.
He will ride into the favela and call him daddy.
Dude, some of the best when Jose had to catch a plane. Jose's gotta catch a plane. How the fuck am I supposed to get excited for this fight? He's gone. He don't want to be here.
God, those are some great embedded, man.
That press conference, if you want to check out Prime Conor too, that was a UFC Go Big campaign press conference. He attacked Jose, their first interaction with Cowboy Cerrone, Rafael Dos Anjos before he had a little bruised foot.
And our boy Jeremy Stevens.
No. Jeremy Stevens.
Oh, no, he was my bad. I see, he was so good, I just want to combine them together. My bad. All right, so Jose gets thrashed by Conor, 13 seconds, and after that, his career was a roller coaster.
Did he beat Edgar to retain it?
He beats Frankie Edgar. He wins the interim title because then, obviously, we know Conor dropped the 145 belt.
And then
Holloway won it, so then Jose fought Holloway, I think, in the summer of 2017 or 2018. Like Jose loses. Holloway wins, becomes a champ, thus starting the reign.
The Max Blessed era, baby.
The Max Blessed era of the featherweight division. So then Jose's kind of been in limbo. Then he decides to drop down to bantamweight, where he fought Marlon Moraes, I think.
Yeah.
And everybody and their mother knew that Jose won that fight. But of course, who did the judges give it to?
Moraes, because they're morons! What's on this card? Cheers. But even Dana knows Jose won.
Right, which is very interesting because you never see a man lose in his debut and then get a title shot. Right. So take it from here, Katzy.
Then Petr Yan is put in for Aldo for the bantamweight title because Triple C vacates it. Think about how we got this. Imagine if Triple C lose that decision in DJ.
Right. So obviously we know they fought the first time. DJ cleaned house with him. Triple C takes him to a 5-round bloodbath. He beats him, thus literally dethroning Mighty Mouse, who I never thought would at what division was it?
Flyweight.
At flyweight, which obviously no longer exists. But think about it. If Henry doesn't win, then Dana doesn't trade DC to ONE FC. Or sorry, doesn't trade DJ to DC or to
ONE FC. Let me just do it. God damn it! He doesn't trade DJ to ONE FC for Funky Master Ben Askren, baby, with dad bod all over, and we don't get Ben Askren being on the wrong end of the fastest knockout in UFC history. Which was a year ago when we were up in Montana.
Missoula, Montana.
Again, the alert. And thus the resurrection of Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
Right. Which means...
Thus, not the BMF. Thus, maybe no Nate fight. Thus, no BMF title. Thus, no Nigerian foot stopping. So, there's some good and bad with this. There's good and bad. We wouldn't have snooze fest in the main event.
Wow, that was so beautifully put. So here we are. Aldo versus Yan. I think I'll just let you take this one over. It's fine.
Aldo was beating up the legs nice. Vintage Aldo with the leg kicks. Just go as Uriah Faber, the California kid, what those feel like.
He's on crutches for days after that fight.
But Petr Yan weathers them, goes at round 5, gets Aldo to the ground. Well, earlier in the contest, he got Aldo to the ground and pretty sure broke his rib. Pretty sure.
That was
just
a nasty
body shot from the top, from the mount.
Aldo was changing position, trying to protect his rib during the fight.
And gets him down again in the 5th. And for a solid 2 to 3 minutes straight, Yan is landing bombs on Aldo from the top,
right?
From mount.
And this is where my problem came in. When you're a referee, Obviously, your job is to protect the fighter. Obviously, you give them a chance to protect themselves when you're in that situation where it seems like the fight's about to end. However, Jose Aldo, in this case, literally looked like us back in the day. We were school kids doing the tornado drills.
The shelter in place.
The shelter in place drills. He's literally sitting here like this, unprotected. Jan is just raining down bombs. Again, I don't know who this ref was. I've never seen him before up until this fight.
They called him in for the Abu Dhabi card.
Literally, if your name isn't Big John from back in the day,
Herb Dean, or Mark
Goddard, get on their level.
What about Keith Peterson?
I'll let Dominic Cruz weigh in on that one.
What about my boy Mazzagatti? This guy made Mazzagatti
look like he was on the Mount Rushmore.
Mazzagatti, if you want some good intel, go watch Dana White on Steve Mazzagatti, because Mazzagatti will kill you. And he's not even a fighter. He's a referee. You'll literally die. If he's your ref, just step out of the cage.
I'm pretty sure Dana White has Mazzagatti blackballed from definitely the UFC, if not all of MMA. So yeah, as my brother said, go YouTube Dana White Mazzagatti rants. You're welcome. So going back to here, like I said, I thought Mazzagatti was refereeing this bout. So for literally 2 to 3 minutes of round 5, because it's a championship fight, so there's 5 rounds instead of the 3, Aldo's just sitting in the shelter-in-place drill position, unprotected bombs.
For 2 to 3 minutes.
Literally, I thought I was watching Rocky IV when when Drago teed off on Apollo and killed him. And basically, we're all screaming at Aldo's corner to throw the damn towel in.
But they didn't do it because they have much respect. They don't know how many title fights Aldo has left in him.
Yeah, he's 33.
Finally, he gets called, though.
Yeah, after 3 minutes too late, something possessed. I guess the spirit of Mazzagatti left this referee's body, and in actual common sense resurrected him and called the fight. It was brutal. I was about to tell you guys to just change it. I couldn't watch it anymore. I literally thought, as JR would say, this looked like a slobber knocker. Literally, I thought I was about to watch a man
bleeding
die.
like a governor mule.
Yes, he was bleeding like a government mule, like JR would say back in the day.
Back in the day, still now, dude. But Petr Yan, well deserved. Good job. Good fight. Hell of a performance.
Oh, for sure. From a promotion standpoint, you would want Yan to win because, like I said, he's young. You can build a division around him.
The division's nice for bantamweight. It's heating up now.
It's nice.
It's nice.
As Connor says, we're sitting looking pretty.
Yeah, that's what Dana's saying himself for the bantamweight.
Yeah. Again,
I mean, granted, Aldo got the title fight. I think Aljamain Sterling could have gotten this.
Right. And I just want to touch up really fast on Aldo. Nothing but respect. Like I said, he's only 33, but he is 33. And where he's at with his career, obviously being a roller coaster ride, pretty much since he fought Conor and Max. Yeah, he'll go in the UFC Hall of Fame, literally on the Mount Rushmore of the flyweight division. What he did in the WEC, the UFC being undefeated for 10 years. Again, he's the type of guy where he can retire tomorrow. His legacy's intact. He's got nothing to lose. I tip my hat to him. And yeah, I mean, it's just a new era now.
But the bantamweight division, I think you gotta. So Sugar Sean's fighting in the August card with Stipe DC against Chito Vera.
Mm-hmm.
I think with that fight, well, let's look at the rankings real quick for bantamweight. So for bantamweight, Petr Yan champ, Marlon Moraes is number 1, but Aljamain Sterling still. I think Sterling gets the title fight before Moraes because he did not beat.
I think they'll do Sterling versus
Yan,
and then the winner of that gets the winner of Cody Sugar Sean.
Yeah. Because Sugar Shaw's taking shots at Cody on his little Twitch stream with COD. He's
like,
got the life.
He's all right.
He's got an open relationship.
God bless Sugar Sean.
He's got an open relationship.
What does that have to do with his fighting skills?
He's so fluid and immaculate. He's so fluid and precise in that open relationship. That's how he fights. Precision and accuracy.
Beats power.
According to you, you want to know his daily life too, that he eats every day. The Monday routine, the mundanes you wanted to know.
Pai, Katurai,
Chiesi,
Klani, Troy, Mam Nani Kachisha.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, the open relationship allows you to be fluid in the stance.
Fair
and
enough.
Precise. Exactly.
Ooh, I almost had you. All right, so that's enough of that card. Now this is where the fun begins. These last two, I'll give it to you. As Bruce Buffer would say. Hold on. Let me throw it down to George Baby Bruce Jr. for the introductions.
Well, the co-main event of the evening for the UFC Featherweight Championship of the world. Alexander used to be 214, heavy set, jacked like a stud. Alexander Volkanovski now to 145 champ against former featherweight champion Max Blessed Holloway. Where should I begin? First 2 rounds, Holloway, the whole fight, Holloway execute a beautiful, perfect game plan. Flawless. Couldn't ask for more. First 2 rounds, 2-0 easy Holloway. Third round was a little close. 3-0 Holloway. Who gives a shit about the last 2 rounds? It's over. Volkanovski dominated the 4th. 5th was kind of close. We'll give it to Volkanovski. Even if you didn't, it's 4-1 Holloway or 3-2 Holloway. Volkanovski did not win this. But no, we're in Abu Dhabi. It's late night. Judges must be jet lag or something. Obviously, they're tired. They're only going to pay attention to the last 2 rounds, and they clearly just give it to Volkanovski by, I hope, was it split?
Yeah.
Okay, split decision.
First, I've never heard of a man retaining his title after only being 2 for 8 on successful takedowns. Just saying.
2 for 8. So tell me how the hell this man won. And then later, he has the balls to talk to John Anik and say he dominated Max Holloway for 10 rounds. 10.
Was he Ty Dillinger?
I don't fucking know. But no.
That was bad.
Absolutely not. So now, Holloway can't fight. Dana slamming, bad judging. He feels disgusted and bad for Holloway because he should have his belt back. So now we're left with the featherweights. Who the hell is going to take this? My boy, the Korean Zombie, already called out Volkanovski saying, listen, when we fight, I'm taking you. I should not be proud. You're not a champ, all that good shit.
You can't have Max running back again because it's holding up the division. And like I said, Max's game plan totally eliminated the leg kicks that Volkanovski implemented during their first bout.
Yeah.
Back in December, I think. But for Volkanovski to just straight face tell the UFC announcer, John Anik, that he dominated for 10 rounds, basically saying he dominated the first fight and the second fight. As Stephen A. would say, that's blasphemy.
That's fucking blasphemy. And then let's just look at the contenders for Volkanovski. Who's going to get smashed? Number 4, Korean Zombie. Number 2, the Mauler.
Zabit.
Pretty sure it's Khabib's cousin.
No, I think he is. There is some relation.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the one that climbed the fence, tried to punch Conor, or is that somebody else?
Dude, there's so many of those.
I know.
People.
Yes. I forgot about Brian Ortega.
T.C. Ortega.
I think he needs to win one to get back in contention.
Yair Rodriguez, okay. Calvin Kattar, though.
Here we go. Okay.
He's got Dan Ige this weekend. Calvin Kattar is number 6. He's young. He's fluid. He's got powerful hands. Dan Ige is number 10. Calvin Kattar 6. So with the win, I don't know where Qatar's going to go, but maybe with one more win, I think Qatar got it. And so if he wins this Saturday and one more, then I think he's got Volkanovski.
Yeah,
but
assuming Volko, yeah.
But then if
I kind of just want Zabit to just maul him. Personally.
Yeah, either Korean Zombie or Zabit might get it, because when's the last time T-City's fought? He hasn't fought in a while, so he has to get one more fight.
The last time he fought was when he lost to Holloway, I think.
That was 2 years.
No, really?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, there you go. Was it back in December, I thought? Or no. It's been a while then. Okay, so B-City's definitely got to get back on the winning
Just
team.
win one. I think if he wins one.
Because he was on a roll. I think that was
Zabit, but Zabit's been active. So I could see Korean Zombie or Zabit versus Korean Zombie for it.
Or they fight, the winner gets Volko.
He's got a big fucking target on his back. This is what he's got.
That's all I hear from Volko. And again, it just goes back to bad judging because, again, they can't run it back again because you're going to hold the division.
Oh, we got the Tour de France outside.
Hey, Lance Armstrong coming in with the lead. Sorry, folks, we saw some bikers go by, so of course.
Lance Armstrong?
I don't know, man.
Ay, gay. Posso paparia aqui.
Stop.
Mansky. But Zabit, baby, he's going to maul the shit out of Volkanovski. I'm calling it.
I hope so. That'd be nice.
Because Volkanovski chirping his fucking asshole flapping in the wind like a napkin.
Did you steal that from Conor when he's quoting Conor McGregor when he was talking about Oh no, wait, who was it? I forgot. Oh no, that was
No,
Neville.
that was Conor Khabib. Oh no, that was Neville.
Neville against Hangman Page.
Your mouth's flapping like an asshole or like a napkin in the wind.
He goes, your mouth is flapping like an a-hole in the wind.
Fucking hilarious.
Fucking Neville.
Adrian. It's actually
Adrian.
Pac. Dumb
Pac. It's Pac. Ooh, gotcha.
I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, Che Sung Jung.
Alright, so can we move on from Volko? Again, first problem.
I really don't want to move on to Volko because it gets worse after this.
I know. But again, this is strike one right here.
Strike one, this is like strike 1,000.
Of the night, I know. But this was terrible. Max definitely won back his belt. It's just funny because like when you see the live tweet reactions that they put up from the fighters, literally, I forgot who it was, but they're like, I had Max winning 4-1, ... So that just shows you the astronomical debacle that goes on with the judges.
Telling you, they were tired, they were jet lag, whatever.
And yeah, I understand judges normally pay attention more to the later rounds if you score, but you're not scoring 2 rounds. You're scoring all
So how
three
does
or all
boxing
5.
do it? They have 12 rounds.
They probably.
I mean, boxing.
That's Triple G.
Yeah, but Triple G is 2-0 against Canelo. Changed my mind.
Yeah, Canelo is not 1-1, 1-0-1. Triple G is 2-0. Changed my mind.
Either way, you can't get worse than this.
And now, can I do this one?
No.
Okay.
Main event of the evening. Kamaru,
Don't call me Marty.
Nigerian foot stomper,
Usman.
versus on 6-day notice,
Can I do it?
Jorge
Game bread.
Masvidal.
Flying leg kick.
Leg kick. It's actually a knee, buddy. Going into this, Marty the whole week. Bitching like a little boy. What else is new? Oh, it's not fair. I have everything to lose. Jorge coming here 6 days. It's a win-win for him even if he loses. Even though Jorge said basically, fuck you, I'm coming to fight.
Thank God the BMF title was not on the line because Kamaru, don't call me Marty, is not a BMFer.
He's a fucking hug me teddy bear champ.
Listen, you know how they call him the Nigerian Nightmare? Like
Nigerian foot stomper.
He's more like the Nigerian, let me read your kid a bedtime story and tuck him in and go to sleep. Because that's what his fights are.
Dude,
If Dana thought Woodley was bad, then this is the passing of the torch. Like, Kamaru's like, that's cool, bro. I'll keep it up.
Dude.
I'll let you take this one.
Dude, like...
I'm
Masvidal
sorry,
came out strong.
I thought this was a fight.
Not let me... If that's all it takes to be a welterweight champ, I'll come fight. I'll come get a little teddy bear hug with Marty and give me the weight off.
So you're saying you respect my grappling on the ground when I need
Absolutely not. Never.
I mean, like, literally, again, like, the difference between Kamaru and a guy like Khabib is like, yes, Khabib is a wrestler. I'm not looking down on the wrestlers. But when Khabib wrestles and actually takes you to the ground, he's trying to submit you. Kamaru is just trying to hold on until the end of the round. I can imagine how excited he gets when he hears a 10-second clapper. Though.
Oh yeah! And after the fucking rounds, he's hovering over his coach like he's gassed. What are you gassed from? You prepared for a fight. 6 days, Masvidal wasn't even gasping for like that.
Dude, it was so bad.
Masvidal first round, throwing some bombs, got caught with a leg kick, and that was it. Not like his leg kick got caught, took him to the ground, and that was the story was set for the rest of the night. This is Kamaru. Boom, boom. Masvidal blows him a kiss like, bitch, you ain't touching me. And then he goes, oh, no, I'm not touching him. Oh, we go hug against the fence, baby. And for God's sakes, whoever the hell the ref was, and Herb Dean did vocal how, I think it was Goddard.
Yeah, Goddard.
Stand them up. I don't give a shit about foot stomping. We're standing them up. No, we're not going to sniff each other's jock strap for 5 minutes in the round. Yeah, sniff Jorge's jockstrap some more. Fine, you want to say you fought like that because Jorge had 6 days notice you didn't train? Fine, when you run it back, I better see some bombs then.
Which is confusing because like you knocked out Colby Covington, so obviously you know how to box. Supposedly.
So when they run it back, full caps and all, I don't want to see more jockstrap sniffing.
Dean in there, and I want to stand them up.
I don't want jockstrap sniffing for 25 minutes. We better be throwing some haymakers. I don't want 1, 2. Oh, we go huggy. Yeah, we're gonna hug my teddy bear bullshit.
Yeah, and then Kamaru has the audacity to complain after why people don't respect him. I'm going to tell you why they don't respect you. Because you're not a fighting champion. You're not a draw. Speaking of draws, UFC 251.
1.3 million. Highest since 2018. No who fought in 2018?
Let me guess. I'm going to guess it was Conor McGregor's return against Khabib.
Oh, you're a fucking genius, aren't you?
Well, it says it on the screen.
Good job.
But that's my point, Kamaru. Yeah, you're not a draw. Because listen, no one, going forward now, no one is going to want to watch a UFC fight card or a pay-per-view of Kamaru is going to main event unless he's fighting a draw, in this case, Masvidal.
Which is going to be for a while because, number one, Burns thinks he has the title fight, which I understand because, you know, it was his, but he tested positive for COVID. Leon Edwards wants in. Now he's fighting with Gilbert. Kobe still needs his rematch. Jorge needs a full camp. But other than that, we got Damian Maia old. Chiesa is not that great. Dos Anjos wants another run. Diaz doesn't give a shit.
Nate doesn't care about belts.
Pettis needs more wins. Neil Magny, And then God knows what happened to ruthless Robbie Lawler.
Again, another man. Once he had his bloodbath 5 years ago with Roy McDonald.
Rory!
The Highlanders.
My cousin Robbie. The Highlanders.
But yeah, another guy. Robbie Lawler. Once he went to that bloodbath with Rory McDonald 5 years ago. Easily probably the best fight in UFC welterweight history. I'd say so.
Yeah.
Never been the same. Kind of got screwed out of the Robbie Lawler or the Ben Askren fight.
And let me get this straight. I might have been just shitting on Usman, but I don't shit. I respect the wrestlers. You know what the difference is when Khabib does it? He goes and mauls the shit out of someone. And he's looking for a finish. Marty, this Saturday night was, stiff my jockstrap. That's what it was. It wasn't, I'm looking for a finish.
Yeah, and then Kamaru has the audacity to complain why people don't respect him as champion because you're not a fighting champion.
And Dana thought T. Woodley was boring. At least T. Woodley used to throw bombs with Thompson.
Yeah, at least he tried.
Not fucking 1, 2, oh, let me go wrestle.
1, 2, tickle, tickle.
Literally, Jesus Christ.
You know, this is, yes, it's fighting, but this is also sports entertainment.
I'm going to look at the pound for pounds.
Okay, one second. But I'm just saying, like, this is sports entertainment. If you're not entertaining the fans, that's how you make your money. Like, it's a simple blueprint. So, yeah, Kamaru, if you just want to... Kamaru's almost like a heel in wrestling. He doesn't care. He just wants to win by any means possible, which in this case means putting on a snooze fest.
John Jones is the number 1 pound for pound. Okay, should have 2 losses. Could have lost to Gustin. Definitely lost to
He's lucky. Yeah, he definitely lost to...
When are they running a bit? Oh, never, because, you know, John Jones is about to get shit rocked.
Yeah, so going back to John Jones...
So he throws a little hissy fit. Oh, contract. Oh.
He definitely lost against Dominic Reyes back in February. He's lucky John McCarthy was the fight the first time he fought Gustafsson. And then I thought he left.
Khabib's 2. Okay, makes sense. Really 1. Stipe's 3.
Do you think he retires after he fights DC regardless if he wins or not?
They're both retiring, yeah.
I think so. They got
Israel 4.
Heavyweights at a standstill.
Well, we'll get into heavyweight. Israel 4. Okay, respect.
Kamaru. Marty's at 5.
No. Fuck no, baby.
Marty's higher than DC. I mean, I get DC hasn't fought in a year.
Volkanovski's 7 now. Poirier's ahead of Holloway.
Interesting.
And Connor's still top 10.
McGregor's still in the top 10.
Gaethje is 11. Ferguson 12. Peter Yan's 13. Whitaker. How the hell is Whitaker 14? And Ngannou's 15. Ngannou at heavyweight. What's the heavyweights?
Ngannou's definitely is the second coming of the heavyweights.
Okay, heavyweight. Stipe, DC, okay, Ngannou, Blades,
Lewis,
JDS, that Rosenstruck.
Overeem.
Overeem wants another belt, not happening. Walters, Volkov,
I don't know, man. But yeah, just going back to this, Marty.
Where's Uzdemir? What division is he in? Oh, he was in light heavyweight. He lost.
Yeah.
To Jiri Prochka.
Yeah. But, I don't know, Marty.
Don't complain, buddy.
You need to fight draws because no one's buying pay-per-views if you're the headliner.
Especially if you're with Gilbert Burns. No one knows him, really.
So you should be happy that Jorge... You should be happy that Jorge took this fight.
And that's no disrespect to Gilbert Burns either. It's just he hasn't made
Jorge's the draw. This is the year of game bread. It's very simple. The resurrection.
Let's talk about Jorge. He went on that reality show in Mexico, right?
Then he
resurrected his career, and he's out to baptize people.
Yeah, finish. It honestly, for me, the timeline that I look at is he fought Till at the O2 Arena in London, got rocked, recovered, then rocked him, went on Rogan's podcast in April of 2019, baptized
Funky Master.
Funk Master Ben Askren in 7 seconds. Fought Nate for the BMF title. Stepped up to fight Kamaru. Yeah, he's 35. I don't know how much longer he's got. He's a veteran of this game. Like I said, back in the day, he used to fight in those bare knuckle street fights.
Which I'm be so hyped to play.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, my biggest thing is this is a business from a fighting perspective. Entertain the fans. Judges. I'm a strong proponent of having former fighters as judges because you can't get any more credible than that. What's your views on that?
I agree with that. Or they need to start
releasing the
the cards.
Because then it holds you accountable. Because that's the problem. Like, we don't know who's the one judge that, instead of making it a unanimous decision, it's a split decision. Who's that one judge that messes everything up? Or judges? They're just holding accountable.
Who's the Mazzagatti of judges?
Essentially. Who is the Mazzagatti of judges? God, we just made this man so much more relevant again. You're welcome.
Yeah, you bum. You fucking bum.
And on that note, is there anything else you want to cover for this card?
Not for this card.
What's
I don't know. We got. We'll hopefully. I don't know when this will drop soon. Obviously, we'll do one more. Hopefully, obviously for Saturday.
And on
Saturday one might be good. I'm gonna give you a little teaser. This. It's gonna have to deal with my boy. That's close to Abu Dhabi.
Can I guess who?
Yeah,
the Saudi prince.
My Saudi prince. He listened to the podcast and he put $8 billion for Vincent Kennedy McMahon to buy the WWE. Telling you, what's his name? Mansoor.
Oh, Mansoor's gonna be champion.
Mickey and Minnie Mouse, baby. Him and Disney. Oh my God! If the Saudi prince and Disney, I'll save it. I'm just giving you a little teaser. Get your appetite a little wet. That's all I'm doing. A little teaser. I think that'll be the next one.
That's fine. We can do the oral history of the Saudi prince.
My guy. The oils.
He'll give Vince even free Europe petroleum. I don't know how Hunter feels about this, but...
Hunter probably might shoot it down. But I don't want to get full into it. We'll wait.
It's a nice little teaser. That being said, overall, UFC 251, on paper stacked. Again, It's like that meme, expectations versus reality. All I got to say is thank you to Jorge for saving the card. I think the only people that are well-deserving of congratulations of winning their fight is... Petr Yan, congrats on becoming...
Thug Rose.
Congrats on becoming the new bantamweight champion, Petr Yan and Thug Rose. Other than that, everything else...
Amanda Ribas, yes. Other than that, God bless. That's all I got to say. And you can take us, remember, on the road with Spotify, Apple Podcast, and iHeartRadio.
Peace.
Later.